cheesy item duplication thing.
Which I'm starting to feel like we should have done.
Yeah.
Because there's no way our characters wouldn't have made sure they were both armed.
Nope. Why don't you fireball? Can never tell when those things are gonna die.
Yup.
Okay, alright. Hey, yep. I'm gonna turn this thing off. Oh, I think. They changed iron golems up here? Kick.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
I love how, for the most part, the only thing I've kicked all game is treasure chests. I love how that's considered ransacking.
I mean, it kind of is.
I mean,
Side
yes.
note, I kind of love that the vampiric is just like oozing blood from its wrist the entire time.
It's only a little fucked up.
I love it.
Alright. We have the way up, but we also have that little bit, yeah. Didn't know how much you wanted to investigate of this tower again.
I want money and more enchanting. I'm very easy to predict. I want money and enchantments. For me.
Yeah, it's certainly no, oh, I cast Meteor Swarm like the sorceress of the previous game.
Mm-hmm.
But man, sometimes it does just feel great releasing a hail of bolts. I need to remember that I shouldn't get my hopes up when checking out the weapons racks for a crossbow.
Yeah.
Like, I poured over forums to double check when it was that the final 3 grades of Grand, Imperial, and Flawless were going to appear. And yeah, someone was like, oh yeah, no, I checked, I reloaded and time again going up the Onyx Tower. Ain't no crossbows in those weapon racks.
Alas.
Like, you bastards. How dare. I get it because it's a forge.
Forge, yeah, but still.
Oh, hi. Ow. I'm certainly glad for that extra 30 HP that I have. And no, I have no clue whether or not if you take damage if you get stuck underneath the golem when it falls like that.
That never occurred to me.
Flawless Ring of Rage. Ow. Watch your health. Here, 1 second. I'm gonna trade you health potions for some Rejuve potions. Because I've been burning through them with all the goddamn... That should be enough. That is somehow a satisfying sound.
It is.
An Imperial Staff of Wounding. I'm sorry, is that a Staff of Bleed?
Yes, I believe so. Honestly?
Better than your other staff right now.
Yep.
got a steak. Man, I really wish that the person that made that quote didn't turn out to be a freaking scum.
What quote?
You have steak. Steak very good.
Ah.
Ah. Dude had a moment of going back and forth, being like, oh, should I kill the elf or the dwarf first?
Yep. And then realizing, oh, wait, I'm dead.
And then I died.
For me.
Let's try something.
Incoming. Oh, watch your hell. Don't get punched by the golem.
It's dead.
And it had on him Excalibur.
I wish it was Excalibur. That would actually be worth money.
That'd be kind of cool. Like, because the cleric in this multi-classes or prestige classes or whatever you want to call it into paladin. Mm-hmm. So, like, giving her the Holy Avenger would be badass.
Yeah, it would. I do think they definitely made these floors smaller.
Oh yeah, they 100% did. Or at the least didn't fill them with as many enemies.
No, they're definitely
I say
smaller.
as. Alright, time to use my staple. Blowing shit up.
I almost feel like the gargoyles are more dangerous than the golems, honestly.
Oh, nah, it's definitely the golems that are far more dangerous. Lost enough money on the potions to prove it.
Fair.
It's the top.
Damn.
I'm going to say that we should at the least go back and buy potions.
Yeah.
Because I am constantly fringed on the amount of potions I have.
I don't envy you, friend.
Bit, 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 bit. Remarkable leather boots of terror. 2 great fortitude and 2 dexterity. Ah yes, truly the most terrifying of stat. Dexterity.
Make certain you've everything you need before you approach that tower.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna buy a buttload of healing potions. And extra juvies.
Pray for your success while you're gone, friend.
If you need me to get you some too.
I'm good.
Alright. Boop.
At least we can recall in and out of here now.
Yeah. Hit that save point one more time just so I don't have to go on a shopping trip again.
Yeah.
I wonder. I know. That is one way to open a box.
Yes, it is.
I don't remember how this is going to work. I just hope my memory doesn't jog and remember that it's as bullshit as the first time we were on the top of this tower.
Yeah.
I was almost worried you wouldn't make it here. It would have robbed me of the joy of crushing you.
As me.
Yep.
Zunhurst, you're the vampire that enslaved Undala.
I'll be certain to tell her of your concerns while she's feeding on whatever's left of you when I'm through.
I've slain far worse than you. Seriously, I slew a grand goddamn red dragon and a kraken. You think you learn anything? I've shit bigger than near my Barneys. I was just looking at his HP bars going, yep. Well. And then through the... Oh, right, to the plane of shadow. Do we want to hit the save point? I'll have one on the other side.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Plane of shadow.
You meddlesome wretch. How can you be here?
We killed your minions.
It is over. The tower's core is mine. I alone can draw on the power of the Onyx Heart. Now, bursting with the souls of 40,000 dead.
Guess we just have to kill you.
Possibly defeat me.
Really? That's what
Oh,
he's
hey.
going with? You can't possibly defeat me?
On the end.
I think it was doing something. I couldn't tell what, but he did something.
I think his minion is supposed to be joining him.
Yeah, because
Let's get
he
back over
lost
here.
something. Something doesn't have a shadow. Something. Oh, he's on my ass.
Please do stun me, sir. Please stun me.
Oh no! Oh ow! I've been stunned by the vampire. Oh, that's my... And dead. You've destroyed Mordok's the Lemnir. Shatter the Onyx Heart to destroy the tower and free the citizens of Baldur's Gate from its curse. You gain 16,000 experience points. We'll make this its own save. Prosperities points and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we might as well get the last level.
Yeah, those ever so useful skills that we've had.
That we've been totally using all the time.
Absolutely. Ah, nearly maxed out on Deathblow too. Look at that. I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 skills that I did not max out.
Yeah. And like my thing is like, okay, and they expect us to go on to normal mode after this?
Yeah, it's like, for what point and purpose?
To unlock Dritz? I just remember there was this one comic ages ago where they had like a Dritz XP and he was named Drizzle.
Oh, Order of the Stick.
I didn't think it... Yeah, it
might
was.
have been Order of
there
the
was
Stick,
There was
'cause
another RPG focused one too.
I don't doubt it. Like,
And it had
everyone,
RPG in the name.
Everyone ripped on Dritz.
Yeah. You know what?
Get that stealth up. Alright. We did it. I love how unceremonious that was. Just...
Yup.
And then it just shatters like every other vase you've broken in the game.
Yup.
I owe you my life, adventurer.
Oh, she got fixed.
All the people of Baldur's Gate. You are truly a hero among heroes.
It might be you.
Radala, you survived. Not me.
Alright. Randala, you survived.
I did because of you. Xanast's destruction saved my body, while the tower's destruction saved my soul. But come, before we celebrate, the Grand Dukes will want to meet their savior.
Oh, good. They have a really big build afoot. Oh.
The vampire's gambit has failed, giver of eternity. Baldur's Gate still stands strong.
And what of Mordok, priest?
Utterly destroyed Almighty Pharaoh in an attempt to hold the tower.
His failure cannot be allowed to hamper my sacred mission. We will leave Mulholland and see to the matter ourselves. Raise the tomb soldiers and prepare my sun barge.
As my God King demands.
What?
And that's the end of Dark Alliance 2. A giant tease of what could have been something fan-goddamn-tastic, because they would have decided to venture somewhere else besides the Sword Goddamn Coast. You goddamn cowards! Whew.
That's
Still
it!
gets my goat. That's it.
And there's no third game!
Technically there's a third game, but we don't count it as a third game. Called simply, it's the reboot of Dark Alliance, simply called Dark Alliance, and they go to Icewind Dale.
That's not much better than the Sword Coast!
No, it's really not. We've been to the Sword Coast and Icewind Dale so many times. But yeah, like, think of it. They could have gotten a whole ass desert adventure, all the lands that were between Baldur's Gate and the deserts in that era. Like, okay, I know that the Forgotten Realms has never really been all that great with, like, representation of other cultures and whatnot. And the Forgotten Realms is pretty much just that. It is like, oh, we're going to essentially make this culture, but we're going to twist the words around a little bit. And to be fair, Baldur's Gate 3, trying to traverse those different lands and all that, probably would not have been a great idea in the 2000s. But it would have been a cooler adventure than going to Icewind Dale for God knows how many times now.
You know what I find interesting about this game? It's a bigger game, right? We do, like, quote-unquote, more.
Yeah.
The environment feels so much more compressed.
Kind of does when you mention it like that.
Because, like, in the first game, we had, like, each chapter we were in a different, like, area, like a different town. Yeah. Here we had Baldur's Gate Mission Central, but, and, like, we had the same merchant the whole time, and it's just kind of, like, bigger game, but it felt smaller.
Yeah.
And that's not even really a complaint. It's an observation.
Yeah. It does feel more like... I think that the best way I could think of it is, like, after the second chapter... Yeah. Like, around Act 3 is where it starts to become more like a theme parky sort of a thing. Go to the elemental planes, Yeah.
Chapters 1 and 2 felt pretty long.
Oh, yeah, no.
3 and 4 were like...
I think that's partially because of how much more that they had put into the open world aspect. Mm-hmm. Because we had events that had happened. We had gotten ambushed by several persons. Mm-hmm. And honestly, at that point, too, it was at a point where the bosses still felt difficult. Mm-hmm. And then, we get past Act 3, and then everything becomes a joke.
And, like, the only difficult boss after Act 3 was Mordok.
Yeah.
And, like, even then, literally once we figured out keep him away from his Nightwalkers.
Oh, yeah, just load us into the Onyx Tower.
Yeah. Once we figured out, like, don't let his Nightwalkers near us.
Yeah, that was the key to winning that fight.
Yeah.
And even then, he did do some damage, but it was nowhere near as much to worry about because, hey, we did the smart thing.
I actually wonder, because that fear effect is a stun, with my current armor...
If you could have ignored the effect of the Nightwalkers.
Yes.
Wait any longer, I'm strangling you with that controller cord.
Vidra?
Why, yeah, she did just break the fourth wall.
No, it's not that. I'm going to take a picture of my controller if this is still in recording.
Why, what'd it do?
It's wireless.
Oh. Actually, one thing. Exit to the menu. And I just want to poke that. Yep, we got extreme mode unlocked now.
See, that I could see us jumping up to at our current levels.
And if I recall correctly...
Oh.
And here's the thing I also didn't know. I think after you beat either hard or extreme mode, I forget his name.
Artemis
but,
Enter.
Thank you. Artemis also becomes playable.
Interesting. I don't know why I hit X. Alright.
Well, I mostly just wanted to be all like, hey, look.
Jesus, you actually do get his weapons, though.
You get Twinkle and Icy Death, you get his Mithril Chainmail, and he starts at level 16. Yeah. And look at his stats, they're so ska.
Yeah, wow, that is a choice.
That is a choice. It is, and like, his skills, too, are kind of ridiculous. Like, I think he's supposed to be a ranger.
He is.
Yeah, ranger. And yet he gets stuff like Otaluk's Icy Spear. He might unlock more shit, but still, it's like, you start with Icy Sphere and Repulsion.
I might ask you to send me the save game of this so I can, like, try and get through on a harder mode at some point and unlock Artemis.
I shall certainly try, because the save file of this has always been a little bit funky to try to get to work. But yeah, Revulsion. And then Icy Sphere. Yeah, overall, I do still enjoy this game a whole hell of a lot. And I love the idea of each of the characters, of which there's like twice as many from the first game, if you include the unlockable shit. All also have the additional side quest stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
I just wish that they were better done for, the two characters we ended up playing.
Yeah. It does feel like...
Just standing here.
It does feel very much just like... I know how I can describe it. The end of the game feels rushed to me.
Yeah. Because it did... I know we were playing on easy, but it didn't feel like a challenge.
Once we hit a certain point, yeah.
Yeah.
Like... And again, Mordok was the only difficult fight past a certain point. And, okay, yes, I did start spamming the Hail of Knives against bigger bosses, but that's because I was trying to get some use out of the prestige.
Yeah.
And also, that was far too effective.
Anything that had a multi-hit like that is disgusting in this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that the cleric had some... And... Make no mistake, too, that there are definitely parts of the game where other players or other characters played far better parts. Like, the whole... pretty much anything that had to deal with undeath, that was all the cleric's thing, because she has a turn undead / destroy undead ability.
Yeah.
Again, the rogue pretty much sticks out at any place that is filled with traps, which is a good lot of places.
Vidra doesn't really have anywhere she specializes. Like for this.
I would want to say that it would be in the stealth department, but you don't get that until Act 3.
Yeah.
It would...
This game made some decisions that I don't necessarily agree with, but it's a very fun romp all the same.
It is wide decisions. Like, okay. Compared to Dorn the Barbarian... His attacks, even if he had done 2-weapon fighting, would have been slower than yours. So I think overall, yours would have been the glass cannon character compared to Dorn.
Yeah.
Who's bigger, beefier, has more HP, and can wear armor.
By
default. He can do comparable damage. It's just that he would do that damage far slower. So out the bat, it's a DPS thing between the monk and the barbarian.
And, like, to be fair, I was enjoying stunning things.
Oh, totally. That was one of the best things about it, because just being able to say, haha.
Though we should probably stop rambling.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I might not even include this whole section, honestly.
I am glad that we did decide to finish off the Onyx Tower tonight, because otherwise
we
it
would have
been
like half an hour of gameplay next week.
Not even. We'd have been we'd sat down for like 15 minutes, go through the rest of the tower, be like, oh, Mandala, what are you doing here? Hey, you don't look so hot. I mean, you look hot, but different kind of hot.
Oh, lordy. But yeah, like, I am glad we finished it today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very fun. I do think in some ways the story of the first game is a bit better, though, in the end.
Yeah, honestly.
I think it was the theme parkiness that was kind of like getting to me a little bit.
That's honestly the best way to put it. And I know that Champions of North does kind of something like that with the acts that they do, but they move locations entirely between those acts.
And, like, see, that, like, that's all they had to do, honestly, and that would reduce the theme park vibe a bit.
But then it wouldn't have been Baldur's Gate.
But, like, the fact that we just stay centralized in Baldur's Gate and just kind of go out to various places feels a little...
Yeah. Yeah, I would still highly recommend this.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely recommend.
That...
Especially, like, because it's not that expensive.
No. It's like, what, $20?
Yeah, about
25-ish, I think.
Side note, I discovered there's Enhanced Edition 1 and 2 on PS4.
Of
the original.
Dark Alliance?
No, of the original games. But you can also, I think, play Dark Alliance and Dark Alliance 2 on PS4 and on Switch.
Yeah. I know I at least have Dark Alliance on PlayStation 4 myself, but no one else I know has PlayStation 4, so...
I do.
Actually, that would have been a good... that'd have been a good question of checking out whether or not it was still being couch co-op or playable on PlayStation 4. But anyways, yeah. I'm going to cut recording.
Yeah.